Here are the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, along with brief explanations for each law. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Avoid drawing too much attention to yourself or overshadowing those in positions of power, as it may lead to envy or resentment. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Be cautious with whom you trust completely, as even friends can betray you. Instead, understand how to turn your enemies into useful allies. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep your true motives and plans hidden, as this will provide you with an advantage over others who may try to thwart your efforts. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Reveal only what is essential, as excessive talking can lead to mistakes or manipulation by others who gather information from your words. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Your reputation is crucial, as it influences how others perceive and interact with you. Protect it at all costs and ensure it remains favorable. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Capture the attention of others through various means, such as impressive actions, charisma, or dramatic displays, as this will grant you influence and power. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Delegate tasks to others, allowing them to work on your behalf, but ensure you receive recognition and credit for their accomplishments. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Become an attractive presence or offer enticing incentives that draw people toward you, making them eager to engage and collaborate. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Instead of engaging in fruitless debates or arguments, focus on taking decisive action that yields results and reinforces your power. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. Surround yourself with positive, successful individuals, as negativity and misfortune can be contagious and hinder your progress. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Create an environment where others rely on your expertise, resources, or support, as this ensures they will continuously seek your assistance. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victims. Strategically use honesty and generosity to disarm potential opponents or victims, making them less likely to suspect your motives or resist your influence. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. When seeking assistance, appeal to the self-interest of others rather than relying on their mercy or gratitude, as it provides a stronger incentive for them to help you. Law 14. Pose as a friend. Work as a spy. Establish friendly relationships while discreetly gathering information and intelligence that can be used to your advantage when the time is right. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. When facing an adversary, ensure that your victory is absolute, leaving no room for them to retaliate or recover. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Occasionally withdrawing from the public eye can create a sense of mystery and increase your perceived value, thereby garnering more respect and honor. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Maintain an element of unpredictability in your actions, keeping others on their toes and unsure of your next move, making them more cautious and respectful. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Isolating yourself behind impenetrable barriers can breed mistrust and resentment. Instead, build alliances and maintain connections to ensure your security. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with, do not offend the wrong person. Be mindful of the individuals you interact with and avoid needlessly offending or crossing those who possess considerable power or influence. Law 20, do not commit to anyone. Maintain flexibility and avoid making binding commitments, as they can limit your options and tie you down to others' interests. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Appear less intelligent or knowledgeable than those you wish to deceive, as it allows you to gain an advantage by making them underestimate your capabilities. Law 22, use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power in certain situations. Embracing a temporary appearance of weakness or surrender can enable you to regain control and turn the tables in your favor. Law 23, concentrate your forces. Focus your resources and efforts on a specific target or objective, as spreading yourself too thin can dilute your power and effectiveness. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. Master the art of diplomacy and adapt to the social dynamics of different environments, enabling you to navigate complex power structures and gain influence. Law 25, recreate yourself. Continuously reinvent and adapt yourself to changing circumstances, allowing you to stay ahead and maintain a sense of novelty and intrigue. Law 26, keep your hands clean. Avoid direct involvement in controversial or unethical actions that could tarnish your reputation. Delegate or manipulate others to do the dirty work. Law 27, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Tap into people's desires, fears, and aspirations to create a charismatic and devoted following that elevates your power and influence. Law 28, enter action with boldness. Act decisively and boldly when taking action, as it conveys confidence and instills a sense of respect and authority in others. Law 29, plan all the way to the end. When embarking on any endeavor, plan meticulously and consider all possible outcomes to ensure your actions lead to the desired results. Law 30, make your accomplishments seem effortless. Conceal the effort and toil behind your accomplishments, making them appear effortless and natural, which enhances your aura of power and mastery. Law 31, control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. Manipulate the options available to others, giving yourself the upper hand and forcing them to operate within the boundaries you establish. Law 32, play to people's fantasies. Understand people's desires, fantasies, and aspirations, and use them to your advantage by offering promises, experiences, or solutions that fulfill their wishes. Law 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. Uncover the vulnerabilities and weaknesses of those around you, enabling you to exert control or influence when necessary. Law 34, be royal in your fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Emulate the mannerisms, demeanor, and bearing of those in positions of royalty or power to command respect and be treated accordingly. Law 35, master the art of timing. Recognize opportune moments to act or seize advantages, as timing is crucial in achieving success and maximizing the impact of your actions. Law 36, disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Instead of dwelling on what is unattainable, demonstrate indifference and disregard towards those things, allowing you to maintain focus and avoid unnecessary distractions. Law 37, create compelling spectacles. Craft grand and attention-grabbing displays or events that captivate others' attention and solidify your presence and power. Law 38, think as you like, but behave like others, maintain a sense of individuality and personal beliefs internally, but conform to societal expectations and norms in your behavior to avoid unnecessary scrutiny. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish, create turmoil, chaos, or controversy to disrupt existing power structures and seize opportunities that arise from the resulting instability. Law 40. Despise the free lunch, avoid relying on handouts or favors from others, as they can create a sense of dependency and diminish your power. Strive for self-sufficiency. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes, resist the temptation to directly replace or imitate those who hold great power or influence, as it invites comparison and sets high expectations. Carve your own path. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Target the key figures or leaders in a group or organization to weaken and destabilize the entire entity, as others will likely falter in the absence of strong leadership. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Influence others' emotions, beliefs, and values to shape their perception of you and align their interests with your own. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Mirror the behavior of those who try to manipulate or provoke you, disarming them and making them question their own actions and intentions. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Advocate for change and progress, but implement reforms gradually to minimize resistance and maintain stability. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Avoid appearing flawless or infallible, as it can create resentment or make others feel inadequate. Show occasional vulnerability or make strategic errors. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, learn when to stop. Avoid excessive ambition or overreaching your goals, as it can lead to hubris and invite a backlash. Know when to be satisfied with your achievements. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Remain adaptable and flexible, able to change strategies and approaches according to the circumstances, as rigidity can lead to vulnerability and defeat. Please note that these explanations are based on the themes and ideas presented in Robert Greene's book The 48 Laws of Power. They are provided here for reference and informational purposes only.